BMS, I'm Mrs. Shattuck. I'm the media specialist here at Bluffs Middle School, and I'm going to talk to you about Chromebook rollout and Chromebook expectations. So we will roll out Chromebooks on Monday, August 23rd. You'll come to the library with your science teacher, you'll get your Chromebook, and then you'll go back to class. Although anyone with outstanding Chromebook repair fees, this really only applies to 7th and 8th grade students, will not receive their Chromebook, and anyone that hasn't turned in all their back to school forms on Family ID will not receive their Chromebook. So make sure you check with your parents or guardians and make sure they filled out those back to school forms before August 23rd. So on the day of Chromebook checkout, you're going to receive your Chromebook and a charger. You will eventually get a clear plastic case and a stylus. They have not come yet. Shipping is just all messed up because of COVID, so as soon as those cases and styluses get here, you will get those as well. There will also be a student ID card placed inside your Chromebook so that we can identify whose Chromebook is whose. General information about Chromebooks: these are for educational purposes only. You cannot use these Chromebooks to access social media or chat groups, your friends, whatever. These are for your schoolwork, so make sure you keep that in mind. We can ask for your Chromebook to be returned whenever we like. The internet is always filtered. Even when you're at home, we can see what you're doing on the internet, so be very mindful of that. If you happen to lose your Chromebook or something like that, we can locate your Chromebook. There is a location device inside. The Device Repair Incentive Program is kind of like an insurance program for your Chromebook. I would highly encourage you to talk to your parents about signing up for this. It's $30, and what it does is it keeps you from having to pay full price fees, and you also get a $30 credit toward any kind of repair fees that you might accrue throughout the year. So if you have questions about that, come see me. Here's some idea of how much things cost as far as your Chromebook goes. If you happen to lose your Chromebook or it's totally destroyed beyond repair, the total price is $247 to replace that Chromebook, and you would be responsible for that if you lost your Chromebook or if you damaged it in a really big way. If you sign up for the Device Repair Program, that lowers the cost to $123.50. Throughout the year, damages happen. Your Chromebook might have to be repaired. If your keyboard would need to be replaced, if you don't have the Device Repair Incentive Program, it's going to cost you $16. If you do, it's going to cost you $8. And most likely that $30 credit would take care of that $8 anyway, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. So keep that in mind. We do teach digital citizenship. This highlights how to use your technology appropriately. You will do these lessons in your homeroom classes, so your homeroom teachers will talk to you more about that later. Expectations for using your Chromebook, ways we use it. Like I said, it's for educational purposes. This is not a device you use to take pictures for social media and things like that. This is to get your schoolwork done on. It goes everywhere with you at school. It's going to stay in your backpack if you're not using it. You get to carry your backpack everywhere, so you're going to keep your Chromebook in your backpack always. Bring your Chromebook to school every single day and make sure it's charged. It's very important to keep it charged. I know when you first get your Chromebook, you're going to think that it stays charged for a really long time, but you need to keep track of that. Make sure it's charged. If you forgot your device at home or you forgot to charge it, we do offer loaner Chromebooks in the library, but we only have a limited amount of Chromebooks. So if it's a day where a lot of people forget their Chromebooks, we may not have enough for you to have a loaner. So it is way easier for you to just bring your Chromebook to school every day. So just bring it. Chromebooks should never be taken out of their protective cases. When you first get your Chromebook, it's not going to have that case, so you're going to have to be super careful with it. But once you have that case, you should never take your Chromebook out. Your Chromebook can fold in different ways so that if you need to take pictures for an assignment or something like that, you can do that. There is no reason to take it out of its case. It will fit perfectly in your backpack with its case on also. Follow teacher instructions and guidelines for using your Chromebooks. When your teacher says close your Chromebook and put it away, that means you don't need it and you can put it away. So make sure you're following all teacher instructions. Whenever you're not using your Chromebook, you need to make sure the lid is closed and you make sure that you never walk with your Chromebook open. This is when hinges get broken. This is when if somebody trips and falls, they break their screen. Make sure when you close your Chromebook that there's never anything between your keyboard and the screen that will crack your screen. The biggest issue we run into is students closing their Chromebooks on their earbuds and it shatters the screen. And your screen costs a lot of money, so make sure that you don't close anything in between your Chromebook. Keep your Chromebook away from food and liquids. It's like any other electronic device that comes into contact with liquid, it's probably not going to work anymore. Keep the keys on the keyboard. There have been issues in the past with kids picking keys off the keyboard because it gives them an excuse not to use it, but don't do that because you have to pay for that. You have to pay to replace your keyboard. Keep your Chromebook clean and do not put any decorations on it. Lots of times we see students stick stickers on their Chromebooks and other sorts of decorations. This is not your device. It is a Scottsbluff Public Schools device, so it is not yours to decorate. Plus it causes damages, so don't do that. Cleaning your Chromebook screen. So you have a Chromebook this year that has a touch screen and you'll also be able to use a stylus on it to write on it. So your screen is going to get smudged pretty easily, I would say. You can use a soft anti-static microfiber cloth to clean your screen. Do not spray directly on your screen. You can spray a little bit of water or something on that cloth and wipe it down, but don't spray directly on your device because that can make it not work. And don't use excessive force. You can just really lightly wipe it off and it'll clean it off really easy, kind of like your iPhone. Cleaning the keyboard, make sure you turn your Chromebook off, and you can use like a Clorox wipe if you're worried about germs and things. So you can clean off that keyboard and your screen, but don't spray directly on it, and allow your keyboard to air dry before you close your Chromebook. So if you wipe it off at home, just leave it open for a while so that it can air dry before you close it. The screen is not a handle. Do not move around with your Chromebook carrying it by the screen. That is how screens get broken. That's how hinges get broken. So just make sure anytime you're moving with your Chromebook, it's closed. Damaged devices. This happens. I mean, it totally happens. Things get broken. If you break your Chromebook and it needs repaired, you need to bring it to myself and Mrs. Collins in the Media Center right away. Do not leave it and just try and use it broken. You're not in trouble. It happens. My kids' Chromebooks get broken all the time. So make sure you just bring it right to us so we can repair it so it doesn't get damaged worse or, somebody finds out later and you get in trouble. So just make sure that you bring it to me right away. Lost or stolen. If you think someone stole your device or you left it somewhere, let us know right away because like I told you at the beginning, we do have the capability to locate devices. There's a location device inside your Chromebook. So just make sure you let us know if you lose it. Students will be charged fees for Chromebook damages. We've talked about that quite a bit. If you break your Chromebook, you're going to have to pay for it, so just make sure you're taking really good care of it. We do use a program called GoGuardian to manage your classroom workflow and view your screens. All teachers at BMS can use GoGuardian. And I can look on GoGuardian anytime and see what you're doing. So just make sure that you are using your Chromebook appropriately, you're not playing games on it, you're not on websites that you should not be on, because that's how you can get in trouble with your Chromebook. We do enforce tab limits at BMS, which means your teacher is going to control how many tabs you can have open at a time, so be mindful of that as well. In one of your classes, depends on the grade level, you're going to go over technology expectations. We have expectations on how to use your Chromebook respectfully, responsibly, and safely. So one of your teachers is going to go over this with you at some point so that you know exactly what is expected of you with your Chromebook. When you receive your Chromebook, you're also going to receive your login credentials. So you'll get a login and password. Your login is always your first and last initial, followed by your student ID number, and then at sbbearcats.net. So your email address is going to be your first and last initial, followed by your student ID number at sbbearcats.net. Your passwords will also be given to you. Passwords cannot be given to you, even for your computer class, until your parents fill out those forms on Family ID. So make sure you have all your forms filled out, because you won't even get your password for your computer classes like keyboarding or web design unless you have those forms filled out. Never share your password with anyone. We have issues with this every single year, and then things happen. People get on your Chromebook and delete assignments, or they get on websites that get you in trouble, so do not share your passwords. If you think someone has your password, like maybe someone found your password card or something like that, come find me right away, because we can get your password changed, but we just need to know. When you log in, you're just going to power on your Chromebook. You log in. I would be willing to bet that most of you already know how to do this, because I know 6th graders, you used Chromebooks in elementary school, so logging in should be really easy. Once you get your Chromebook and you start logging in, if your login information is not working, tell your science teacher right away so they can let me know and we can check into your login information. Your Chromebooks can use a mouse. You can use a wired mouse or a wireless mouse. There is a USB port. That is up to you. We do not provide a mouse for you, so you would have to talk to your parent or guardian about purchasing one of those. You can use a USB storage thumb drive, and we cannot project these new Chromebooks, so ignore that part. But we can't ever print from Chromebooks, so don't come to me and say, I need to print this, I need to print this. We don't print from Chromebooks ever, so just keep that in mind. We use Google for everything. We use our Google Drive to store all your classwork, Google Classroom. We use docs, sheets, slides, drawing, share docs between each other. So just know on your Chromebook you're never going to use Microsoft Word or Excel. It's all Google Apps. If you have any questions or concerns, come see me or Mrs. Collins. We are more than willing to help you out. That's all I have. We'll see you when you come into the library for Chromebook rollout. See you later.